War is war, but as the saying goes, the best part is checking out the spoils and the aftermath. And there was a lot of aftermath. If my grandfather had been here to see what had become of his dynastic estate, he'd probably have had a heart attack. I surveyed the living room where a bloody battle had occurred just recently. Relatively speaking, the place was in reasonable order. My guardsmen had already managed to clear away the bodies, strip them of their gear, and pick up all the weapons and other spoils. Nonetheless, there were signs of the recent skirmish everywhere: broken windows, demolished walls, and collapsed ceilings. "Uncle Kirill," I said, turning to Grimrock, who was enthusiastically examining the assortment of weapons that had once belonged to Duke Ivanov. He was holding a hefty, quaintly curved dagger with a black handle and rubies inlaid in it. "Do you think my grandfather would have a heart attack if he saw what we've done here?" Grimrock didn't look up. He just chuckled and carefully ran his finger along the blade of the dagger to check how sharp it was. "I don't think so, Theodore," he replied finally, placing the knife to one side and picking up a battle-axe that had been dropped by one of the soldiers. "Vladimir the Babylonian was a military man. He'd seen worse than this. I'd even go so far as to say that when your grandfather was alive, something similar happened at this estate on at least 2 occasions. The first time was when we were defending it against Prussian saboteurs who'd decided to blow up our main arsenal, which was down in the basement. The second was when some cunning aristocrat, an illusion mage, decided to seize it using artifact magic. Vladimir dealt with him pretty swiftly, though." Grimrock shook his head pensively, then added, "Following that incident, he ordered that artifacts be installed everywhere to block any illusion magic. He said he never wanted to see those conjurers ever again." "Good decision," I replied, nodding as I listened to his story. As always, Grimrock had tons of stories about my grandfather. Every time he started talking about him, a peculiar sparkle appeared in his eyes, one of respect, admiration, and even longing to return to the times when the Babylonian dynasty was at the peak of its glory. On this occasion, I didn't interrupt him. I just listened while I watched my guardsmen finish clearing the place up. I had the idea to dig out a deep pit in the rear courtyard for precisely such purposes, but I didn't have the time for that right now. Therefore all the bodies, debris, junk, and other stuff got moved to my old estate via the underground tunnels. Incidentally, we never removed any waste from my old estate. Both everyday garbage and, biological waste just got dumped into a pit that was, well, it was very deep indeed.